Ladies and gentlemen, hey, welcome to On the Mic with the M
and T.
Listen, y'all, I'm speaking to y'all. We were talking earlier about that goddamn girl, Carlee. Why, Carlee? Why? Don't you know how hard it is for us as Black people to be believed about anything? And you went out there, and I don't even care about the reason, mental issues. What I don't care. You made it hard for future victims. You made it hard. Pete, what's going on?
I mean, if we weren't already, when I say we, I mean women, if we weren't already looked at as deceivers before, I mean, damn, aren't we just the deceivers of the sexes now? Oh, like she Jesus. Just stamped it in stone.
Yes, I mean, you had it was like a movie. It was just like, it was like that intense beginning, like, oh my God, what happened? Mm-hmm. And then you think about all the crazy stuff that's going on, all the things that have happened in the past to people, and the stories of the three young ladies in Cleveland who was locked up for 10 years by that crazy dude, and the guy found them, or one of them escaped, and you're like, how the hell did somebody take three women and keep them in a house for 10 years and nobody knew about them? Yep. So we heard these things, we've seen these things, we've seen
We're even before Carlee Russell's situation spawned, what was it, a week or two ago? We were still in the shop trying to figure out where Relisha Rudd is at.
Exactly. That baby, what? She's about 18, 19 years old. Exactly.
Yeah, this is years later, and we all do believe that this young woman was sex trafficked. Where's she at? We can't find her.
No.
Everybody done circulated, mentioned this young lady. Foul play somewhere. When foul play exists and occurs, it's a sad, sad situation.
Absolutely.
But when we have fraudulent situations that occur, like fraud, like flat out deceiving lies, when there's people out there who's in need of help, like help, like I'm held captive in somebody's attic for 10 years. 10.
Yes.
Can you imagine 10 years being taken away from your family and have to try to go reunite with your family 10 years later? You just can't fathom. It's worse than being in jail.
And it's a prison you will never get out. Even when you're found, you're still in a prison in your mind.
Yep.
Because the damage that perv did to you you will never get over it. You adjust to it. You will have to. But you will never get over it, and you have to live with that. So when you see these stories, you hear these stories, and that's just recent stories. We can go back in history of different situations that happen to people, and they continue to happen to people. We talked earlier about how you got to be careful going to the damn hotels in the country now, because that's crazy.
It's crazy the way that the reports are now kind of feeding in, showing us how people can just randomly open up your door from feeding little gadgets up underneath the door, secret tunnels inside certain rooms, inside, certain areas. What's going on is real. And it's not something that we should be playing with. And I don't know at what point that you said that you got the chance to take your Black skin off and misrepresent, Black women the way that she did, because every time we move, everything that we do, we always, mindful that you more than just representing yourself, you're always representing your people. And then for you on such a national scale, everybody's looking for you.
Yes.
And you just randomly waltz on home. Was she in the nude too? You did too much. That was way too much. I think she came home with some socks or something ridiculous, and like some money in the bottom of her sock, and was like the captors gave her some money. Huh?
Again, you're not the first thing you look. Oh, was she on drugs? Is she?
We need her to be on drugs.
We need her to be on drugs because we can dismiss her. We have to.
We need her to be on drugs. Mentally unsound. We need her to be mentally off. The fact that she was not on drugs, the fact that she is mentally okay and aware.
And a nurse? And a nurse. I heard she's a nursing student. Yes. It wasn't like she was getting to some lunatic. You're a nursing fucking student.
I mean, was this like a form of escapism?
I don't know.
You took escapism to a whole nother level.
Oh, hey, what the fuck? Well, her ex-boyfriend, he's now ex, he says, I'm ashamed. I'm disgusted. I had to break up. He said, I'm sorry that we put everybody through this, because this is crazy.
So he's saying he didn't know nothing about it.
No, nothing about it.
Okay. I mean, how old was the young lady?
25.
Come on. This is too old to be engaging in such shenanigans. Like, where are your children at? That's number one. You don't have kids by 25? Like, we need you to grow up. We just need you to grow up just a little bit more. And this is what I be promoting for the people to get married early in life. You see? Because if you was married with kids and you had a regular man in your life, he would have been like, what are you planning on doing? No, babe, we're not doing that. Oh, you need a day to yourself. Me and the kid is gonna go, you and your mom can go have a spa day or something. Because that's escapism, take a vacation, go to the spa. Some people like to engage in a little spirits, some wine.
Absolutely.
THC, however you choose to consume it. It's a whole list of things that will aid you in your escapism.
Absolutely.
This like kidnapism? Hell no. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I don't know. There's so much craziness out here that's legitimately going on. There are men, women, kids getting truly kidnapped every damn day.
Mm-hmm.
Every day, people, every day. So to minimize that, it's an insult to these people who are right now, as we're talking, as we're doing this podcast,
mm-hmm.
are going through imaginable horror because they can't control it. As we talked about it, there's a system to this. It's not like a matter, I'm just going to kidnap you and put you in the car and then I'm going to take you somewhere, because a normal person, that's not going to flow. They got this down to an actual science where I'm going to kidnap you. I'm going to get you hyped up on drugs. Because again, I got to get you hyped up. I got to get you hooked on something. And I'm going to take you from where you are to someplace you don't know nothing about. They're not going to kidnap you in Maryland and say, you know what? We're going to kidnap you in Annapolis. We're going to take you to Laurel. No. You're going to take you from Annapolis and you're going to take you down south. You're going to take you to Georgia.
We'll take you to Georgia. Let me take you to Alabama, Louisiana, someplace you ain't never not seen before. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Put you in a place and space that's just not familiar to you. And it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman.
Nope.
The body can only endure what the body can endure, especially with a certain set of drugs that you literally would be dependent on as your body tries to get it out of them. You would become more sick. And so that is a slap in the face. I mean, even people who get abducted, kidnapped, and their captor literally takes them 2 houses over, or they in the same neighborhood. The most recent one was the young lady who got shoved into the U-Haul truck on Minnesota Avenue and driven around the DMV for 8 hours before the police caught up to the guy. And instead of him getting the kid, high on drugs, he was high on drugs as he, and this is in our backyard. This is in our back. And I want to say the cops ended up stopping a guy on somewhere off of 450 Annapolis Road. And it's just like, that's a slap in the damn face. It's just a slap in the face. Young people, old people, people of all ages come up missing. They're assaulted on so many different levels. And the girl to cry wolf, and you did more than just a wolf cry. You created a whole fiasco, a whole shit show, and then had everybody tuning in for it. Why? Why? To make us look even more bad than we already are looking? Because in the eyes of men today, we just look bad. Y'all be on Instagram bashing the hell out of us. I mean, I'm trying to come back swinging, but damn, you know,
you're not helping your own self. You're not helping it. Because again, you go back and you use that. Well, remember that chicken. Remember that chicken. And what can you say? It's like, fuck, you're right.
It's like the other young lady in Dubai, right? Now they tore our asses up with her too. Like, these women don't even represent us, right? But somehow they can use, and they are using these women to represent us as a whole. Oh, girl, raise their voice in a country where you're not supposed to raise her voice, and now everybody talking about because y'all black women don't know. That wasn't fair, by the way. That wasn't fair. That was a misrepresentation of what exactly happened in that situation.
Exactly. And here's the thing. People, women, and men, when you go to another country, learn their customs. Don't go to other people's countries and thinking you can do the fuck shit that you do here in the US of A. That will get you in jail, in prison, whipped, and everything else. Learn the customs. So they think they can spend the money. I got money to go to Dubai. People in Dubai got money that got burned. They got money at the money you got.
You don't got no Dubai money.
No.
I don't care what you're talking about.
And Dubai money is, come on now. You gonna go back a fool? Come on now.
I think, yeah, you have to have class in everything that you do, right? Especially when you move in cultures that are very traditional. I think what ultimately ended up happening is she had an issue with the people at the car rental place or something like that. Mm-hmm. And it ended up being a exchange of words. And, you know, we all know it doesn't matter if you're a woman, if you're a man, if you're black, if you're white, if you're Asian, if you're an American and something doesn't go your way in the line of customer service, right? Mm-hmm. That white man gonna raise his voice. That black man gonna get mad as hell. The black woman gonna get the acting like a Karen. The Karen's gonna get the acting like a Karen, depending on where you at. I mean, even the Asian man might go off in America. You understand?
That's true.
But ultimately, it was just, you know, that it wasn't, to me, they try to label it as you can't be a hood rat when you going out of the country. Like, we dividing and tearing each other down. And yes, that is exactly how you would have conducted yourself in America. Male, female, black, white, no matter the color, the race. The white woman gonna raise her voice too, right?
Absolutely.
The only difference is having discernment amongst cultures and where you at. Like, we can't be the same way everywhere. And that is a problem with the African-American female. And it goes right hand in hand to the line of, I'm not going to, what's the phrase we always say, I'm not going to bite my tongue for nobody. Mm-hmm. Right?
I'm keeping it real. I'm keeping it
keep it real. That's the other one, right? And it's like, this is where keeping it real goes wrong. Because ain't nobody told you to keep it real out here. You on vacation. You got to keep it vacation style. Okay?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I don't get. It's like,
I'm not even acting up when I leave out of my own home state.
Nope.
Let me go out of Maryland and I'm on my best behavior. I'm on my best behavior. I ain't raising my voice in New York. I'm not from out here.
No. So I'm not going to act a fool somewhere else. No. It's just, it's like we have to understand. We have to always act like adults. Mm-hmm. People choose to act like children. And to me, these are all acts of children. These are kid acts. And a lot of people aren't growing up. It's like, you want to be adults when it's convenient, but you want to be childish when I feel like I'm not getting my way. Well, I feel like you're trying to get over on it. Listen, you're either an adult or a kid. You can't go back and forth. If you're a kid, you're a kid. You know what kids are. But once you become an adult, handle yourself accordingly. Yes. So if I'm in Dubai, there's no reason for me to scream. You know, if I'm in disagreement, let's talk about this, because the louder I get, then he's gonna get loud or he's gonna feel a certain way. So now nothing gets accomplished. Now you got two people screaming at each other. Nothing gets settled. And now, unbeknownst to her, you now are breaking the law because you got loud. Did you see the list? Have you ever seen a list, T, of the things you cannot do in Dubai?
Yeah, I spent a lot of time on this subject as well. I think the other part to that was like, it's like the why that's behind it. Like a woman shouldn't have to raise her voice in Dubai, right? She technically should be put on a pedestal where she was taken care of. So who didn't take care of this woman in the world where, you know, women are put on pedestals? Or is that a lie? Because the real question is, why did she have to get to the point where she felt like her situation wasn't being taken care of? Like, was it a sense of entitlement? Like, you know how we sometimes want something for free, or we want something done our way, or in the time fashion that we want it done? Or was there a man who just flat out was disrespecting her because she was a woman, and in that moment she felt like she had to fight for what she normally fights for, and that's respect? Like, I don't know what exactly happened, but there is a very long list of conduct, and that, to me, that made sense. It's a traditional culture.
Absolutely.
All the things that you can't do as a woman, I think that was synonymous in most traditional cultures. There was nothing to be like about. Like, no PDA. Yeah, in a lot of places there's no PDA. Like,
absolutely.
First of all, I ain't pressed to go nowhere where that plays a part in, right? I remember being in certain training statuses and certain training situations, and that was also asked of us. Like, no PDA here. And we're like, okay, so I won't hold your hand while walking to wherever we gotta go, because, and as awkward as it is, I mean, when you get it, you understand it, and you from America, and you accustomed to what you accustomed to, you'll learn to keep yourself right, you know, stay where you fit in, get in where you fit in. Stay in America. Why would you spend your money in Dubai? Why are we so entranced to take our dollars and to not invest? We're not buying real estate in these places. We're not buying land in these places. We're not able to start companies and corporations in these places. We're simply taking our little dollars that we don't have to send to, you know, our next generations, or even to our children that's here on this earth right now, taking it and going to blow it in another person's country.
Yes, for the look of I'm in Dubai. Yes.
You won't even spend 10 grand in your own community, but you got the money to drop it on the airfare and the hotel and the shopping, and you did that. Why?
Again,
all to be disrespected by a man that's not in your culture. And then for people to talk shit about you, because in your culture, we don't tolerate disrespect, not from the man nor the woman.
Hello.
So we realize we don't know what I mean, I'm assuming at some point that, you know, her yelling was a reaction to an action that he either took or didn't take. And I'm assuming that was some bit of respects that was not saw in that situation before that woman's volume got escalated. I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt. That's what I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt here. I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt. Yeah.
And that's crazy to me, because you made a very valid point. You have people spending all this money going over to Dubai and buying just for the sake of being Dubai, but you're passing your neighborhood who could use that money. You could start a business or help a business in your area, so that other people are able to travel, not only to Dubai, maybe to Africa, go to the Caribbean, go, you know,
to North Carolina.
Yes.
You know how many people in New York ain't never been to North Carolina?
Wow.
I mean, just keeping it real, because the Carolinas are full of history that is our history, that is directly our history, right?
Yes,
and
it is.
We don't have to go as far as out of this country to start exploring and enjoying lands that is, you know, something worth enjoying. I'm not saying
Yes.
that America has beautiful beaches like the Caribbean. That would be false. However, I am saying that as poorly traveled as so many Americans are, this young woman might have had like a list of places that she traveled. 2 states in the country and Dubai. You get what I'm saying? She didn't have any real travel experience because she would have known if you was a well-seasoned traveler, you would have known not to move in a certain situation like that. And also, I'm assuming that it came down to a financial situation, right? Maybe car got messed up. They didn't want to honor X, Y, and Z or A, B, and C. You know, as a seasoned traveler, you know to use certain cards in certain situations because if the merchant don't rock with it, I'm gonna just pick up the phone and call my credit card company anyway. Let me just get back to this room. That's it. Wait till I get back home. I'll just call my credit card company and dispute this. Oh, well, moving on. You know how to protect yourself financially also as you become a seasoned traveler. So the very idea that you went all the way to Dubai, halfway across the world, halfway away from home, thousands of dollars that snatched up out of the community, as we want to talk about how much money circulates in the Black community. Joke.
True. Very true. It's true.
You get what I'm saying? There were so many more places that we can talk about for people to visit. That's not Florida, inside of America.
Yep. That's true. That's very true.
For you to become a little bit more seasoned of a traveler and to kind of build up to these, you know, super international trips. And perhaps when you make these international trips, you have a purposeful trip, right?
Absolutely.
Because you were just going for shits and giggles. Let's keep it real. This was all for the gram.
It's the influencer.
It was all for the gram.
All for the gram. So all this shit for the gram. So now the gram is exposing your ass for you not knowing how to handle your business. So now you got to come back. Or when you come back, you're going to come back eventually, but you're going to be a lot broker. And who knows what happens in Dubai? I'm pretty sure their prisons are pretty nice because it is Dubai. But then again, I don't know. Never been in Dubai prison. Never seen Dubai prison.
Yeah, because a lot of places who have no crime, I don't think they have great prisons. That's why they have no crime. Like, you don't want to be caught up in their prison systems. It's not like America. Like, you don't just get to go to jail and your parents get to forget about you for 2 weeks and you still good.
No. There's certain places, girl. Peru, people who do drug smuggling. This is a show that comes on. And if you get caught in Peru, you have to know someone to feed you. You have to have family to feed you. If you don't have family, then that means you have to ask the gangs for food. And you know what happens to you as an American in Peru asking Peruvian gang member for food. You know how your life is now over and how your life is now changed forever. So people keep thinking
you indebted is what you're saying.
Oh, no doubt. And in Peru, for drug dealing, you're doing a minimum of 10 years. Minimum 10.
But see, I don't think that's the only country that operates like that.
Oh, no. A lot of them
quite a few who operate like such.
Absolutely.
Like, they don't have a government. We take this government thing for granted. This whole police, the idea of police brutality. There's some countries that don't even have the concept of policing, right? So the whole government, and we don't like how the government runs and operates. It's pretty damn good compared to some of these other countries. Let's just keep it real, because you basically starve to death, is what you're saying.
Yes, you'll be starved to death, or if you don't have any money, then you have to barter some other services and goods. To get it. So
go to work.
And so that's what's going to happen to you. And I think we talked about the black dollar. Just so you people know, Black people, African Americans, spend $1.2 trillion a year. 1.2 trillion with a T. So to say that we're poor is a lie, because we're
Or
not
our
poor.
money doesn't count, because historically our money has always counted, and it's always been shown and is proven factually in the history books. This is nothing new. As soon as we pull out our money, they beg, no, they'll bring your money back. My kids laugh at me right now. I told them the companies I'm anti right now. I told them the states that I am anti right now, and they laughing at me. Ma, you anti-McDonald's? Yes, I'm anti-McDonald's. I done ate at McDonald's for long enough. They don't need no more of my money. And
There you
so
go.
this year, we're not going there. And we're going to hope that if you've gone a whole year without this company, right? Do you need to go back to them?
Exactly.
I think I'll phase them all the way out of my life. And I know a lot of people, without saying it out loud, they too have taken certain, as a first stance, they too have taken it out and phased out certain fast food establishment or all fast food, because the food's horrible, and we still go up to spending a pretty penny there, and you pretend like your dollar don't count. No, my dollar's gonna count. It's gonna count, and I'm gonna make sure that it counts. And if it don't count out there, it's gonna count inside of my home.
It has to, because I hear all this argument of, we need to do this, we need to do that. It's very simple. And the one thing about the US of A, and in fact the world, it's about money. It's about power and about control. If you can control your money, if you control how you spend your money, you actually have power. And if you go back to the 60s, when they had the Montgomery bus boycott, when they had Black people ride the back of the bus, and then, you had Rosa Parks, who, kicked off the bus, arrested her. And they said, you know what? We're not going to take the bus anymore. For a whole year, those Black people in Montgomery, Alabama, drove each other to work, back and forth to work, and didn't use the bus company. After 1 year, the bus company was going broke. They said, you know what? You can come on the bus and sit anywhere you want to go. And what they should have done is said, no, never mind. We're just going to keep doing what we're doing. Because then you see you had the power. You do have the power. You just have to utilize it in the right way. And then you can stop going ahead begging people to treat me right, or you just demand it to treat you right. So again, it's all about what do you want to look rich, and you want to look like you have some money, and you want to look a certain way, or do you want to actually have real power and real control over your livelihood, over how people treat you? Because again, money, I don't give a rat's ass who you are. If you have money, you can do what you want to do. Black, white, blue, or yellow. You can buy and go anywhere. They won't question. They made in their mind, like, I can't believe this got all this money. Doesn't matter. You still got that money to do what you want to do. Tyler Perry, prime example. He's a billionaire. Started from absolutely nothing. He's buying airports, building his own studio, buying all kinds of land. And he said, because I'm using my money to help the next generations, the people who can't get an opportunity in Hollywood. I'm having Hollywood South, so they can come here and do their projects and stuff, because that's what you do. Once you have the power, you have the power in numbers, strength in numbers, you combine your money, you can do what you want to do. And that's what a lot of us, and a lot of people in general don't realize. You want to buy these things. You can either look rich or be rich. Prime example. You see people walk around all the time. You seen women all the time, got to have the Gucci this and the Prada that and all that. And it's all stamped all over.
I call it the emblem lifestyle.
Yes. Because I was reading a book recently, and they said the wealthy wears nothing. When you wear clothes, you don't even know if it's product. It is, but they wear it because they don't want nobody to know they had that kind of money.
Well, it's two collections, right? Normally.
Yep.
Right. There's the signature collection, right? And then there's just another collection, right? And generally speaking, the person who needs for you to know that this is Prada or that this is Gucci, they want the signature collection, because that's got all the emblems and all the, logos and everything just plastered all over it, right? But the person who's actually got the wealth or it's not even like the person who actually has the wealth, because there's people who have wealth who don't find value in fashion.
Absolutely.
And so you won't find them spending their money. I don't care how much money they have, they don't find value there. And so those people who do find value in fashion, you will see them and you will be like, whoa, those pants fitting you amazing, right?
Yeah.
You don't see that they're by anybody in particular. You just notice the fit, baby. That's Fendi. You know, like you can't afford things. I mean, and it's okay. But you didn't notice that it was, designer because of those labels or those logos or those emblems. You notice that these pants fit me, baby, like a pair that you only ever seen in a magazine. And thank you for the compliment.
That is so true, girl. That is true as hell. And it's like, you see it. You walk around, you're like, damn, that's a nice dress. Nothing on it. But you can tell they have money. But it's not like they're flashing it.
Yeah, that fabric flows in a different way than, your regular cotton flows, right? Like, what's that? What kind of material is that?
Exactly.
Yeah. Like, don't worry about what I'm wearing. You like it? Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, this whole thing, this is from last season. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's nothing. It doesn't need an emblem. You don't need to know that it's made by Chanel. It just, Prada doesn't need to be plastered on the front. And the people who notice and who they know, they see that they saw that little bit of red at the bottom of your shoe, just a smidge, not a red bottom, but a little bit, because they know what Prada do. They gonna whisper in your ear, that's Prada. I like you did that. Thank you very much. And it's like a secret society of the haves and the have-nots, and those who do and those who don't. But those who have are never coming for those who have not. It's the have-nots who are coming for those who have.
Girl, that is so true. The other day, I saw a picture. It was Elon Musk. It was a man from Facebook, and Warren Buffett.
Okay.
Was it Warren? Oh, it was Warren Buffett, and it was a boy from Microsoft, Bill Gates.
Okay.
You see, in this picture,
four of them.
Mm-hmm. In this picture, you are looking at $300 billion. And the first thing they say of these four gentlemen, you don't see any jewelry, you don't see any name brands, you don't see any rings outside their wedding rings, nothing.
Yeah.
And they're worth $300 billion. And they said because they know they're rich. They don't need to show you they're rich. But when you're not used to money, you have to show people you have money. And that goes back to a mentality, because people in general struggle. So you want to show someone, I made it. So if it means buying a product first, it means buying something it's all over. And we see it in rap videos. They don't just have a bottle of champagne. You got to have, the ace of the ace of spades, or you got to have.
You saying that they're not trying to do the shoot with Andre? That's what you're saying. We just can't do the shoot with Andre, right? We just can't pop the little $7 bottle of champagne. We gotta get the little Dom Perignon. Show my age now.
You got to be dancing with it like this, and all over the camera, all up in it, like, yeah, I can. You see what I got? And it's like you sit there and look at yourself and look at this, and from a kid or person who doesn't know the best, look at all the money they got. But if you are smart and you understand, that's not really theirs. Yeah. They're borrowing that for the look, because the look is what sells. I mean, if somebody's wearing some overalls and blue jeans, you're not going to buy it. Like, I ain't paying attention to you, but
because we did that before. Remember the crisscross looks and the baggy jeans, and it had some sales, but I'm quite sure that when the people started, the celebrities, when I say people, I mean celebrities, when they started doing these videos now, and they started selling, more than just the song or the serenade, right? They started now selling the image, right? The the high money, style image, right? No, they not popping bottles of Andre. I'm popping bottles of Andre.
And me too.
Anybody really needs
Hell yeah.
good occasion, it might be some Moet, but nah, generally speaking, it's a $5 to $7 bottle. But they said, nah, let me sell more than the music, which was great. Don't get me wrong, my people have great music, but
Yes.
I'm gonna sell you more than the music. I'm gonna sell you more than the serenade. I'm gonna sell you more than the little, that little nudge on your love making scenario. I'm gonna sell you the image. I'm gonna sell you the look, and I'm gonna sell you, the idea of a path to a certain lifestyle. And
Absolutely.
that sold more.
Yes.
Right?
I mean, look at Pastor Cavassier. And all of a sudden, everybody
That
had
was
to
great,
drink
though.
Cavassier. I
That
mean, it
was
was just
great,
like,
though.
it was a great song. Love the
It
song.
was a great gimmick. Yeah.
Yes.
It was.
But think about it. If you follow the trail of money,
Mhm.
yes, they may have made some money on the front end, but who really made the money? Cavassier.
Oh, yeah.
And
Because,
who owns Cavassier? Not us.
not us. Big companies can give you a little 1%, and you can, that 1% will rain on your situation. Oh, yes, did. Because 1% of 2 million, that's a big number.
Yes, it is.
Let
Yes,
it be
it is.
10 million. That's 100 million. You saying you're gonna give me 2.5% of $100 million of this sale? No, I'm gonna take that. Even though I did most of the work, but come on.
I would take it.
We not that, we weren't there back in, past the Cavassier. We still being taken advantage of. Come on.
Exactly.
We didn't know to make our own companies. We didn't know we could make spirits and wine. We didn't even know where these items came from.
Nope.
Some of us thought the spirits came out of the thin damn air. They didn't know that, this is what farms were for. Like, come on.
Exactly.
Come on. Because of historically, they got us off the farms.
Yep.
So we just had a brain fart. But we got it now. We
Exactly.
have people. Yeah. We got to give it to them.
We got to. And now, see, that's, to me, is the problem. If we're going to talk about music, it's the problem with rap today. Rap started off, as you know, as a real honest, art form. It was like, you talked about good times and, the situation in New York and all that.
Yep.
And nobody cared about it because it was like, that's a fad. That's like disco. That'll be gone in no time.
Mm-hmm.
And then when NWA came out with, it was making money before NWA, but when NWA came out and started saying, with their type of music, then the other people started saying, "Ooh, there's money in this."
Mm-hmm.
So
because NWA they did more than sold you a song, right?
Mm-hmm.
They sold you a lifestyle.
They did,
right?
Yes.
And whether or not they were trying to sell you the lifestyle for you to say this is a lifestyle that you should be living, they at least sold you an idea that if you have this lifestyle, or if you incurred any bits of this lifestyle, we get it.
Yes.
So they sold more than just the song.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And then when that happened, they went from, that's fluff to that's disco to, I think this is going to be around for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And now that's why today, if you look at the true decision makers of rap music, they don't look like us.
No.
None of them look like us. But yet, the music that's being peddled isn't the music that it was 30 years ago. And don't get me wrong, music has to evolve, has to change. You want different types of music. I got that.
Mm-hmm.
But why does 90% of rap music now has guns, drugs, violence, misogyny, just bad behavior, and they're promoting it behind a nice beat, but there's always a gunshot behind it. There's always something behind it.
Yeah, not the or the siren. It's the gun. It be the sirens for me in the car. You be like, what?
Exactly. Sometimes you gotta turn around like, what the hell?
Yes, you do.
Oh, it's a song. It's a song.
I'm okay when you hear the gunshots. It be the sirens. Like, what?
Exactly.
Y'all know we out here riding dirty. No.
Exactly. But see, that's what I'm talking about. Because now we have a new generation. All they've seen and heard is guns and drugs and banging women and treating men like they're hoes. And so that's all you have. But the other type of music, like a Carmen, you don't get that airplay like that. You don't get those kind of airplays. You get the airplay like these guys I call it disposable music. It's garbage music. You never see it on nighttime where they say, you know what, you listen to the rap songs of the 2020s. No, that shit never gonna come out. So
It's
that's
a
some
few
garbage
that's
shit.
gonna be classics. It's a few
Few.
that's gonna be, yeah, it's a few that's gonna be a little classics. Yeah, if they made it to my playlist, I have faith that they're gonna be classics. Yeah.
See,
I'm not willing to tell you which ones made it to my playlist.
Okay, no, don't even tell me. I don't even want to know because I got some on there too. I'll be like, oh Lord, I got listen. It's hitting. It's kicking though. It's kicking.
Yeah. I'll tell my son to turn it off though, but I didn't slid it to my playlist. Boy, if you'll turn that song off. That's right.
I'll be like,
That's how you parent. That's how you parent properly.
How you're supposed to properly parent. And that's what's happening now is parents aren't really monitoring like we do.
Mm-hmm.
They're just letting it flow.
Let me tell you,
can't let it flow.
I had a 21-year-old boy sitting inside my chair the other day, right?
Mm-hmm.
He and I got to talking about the musics, right? And I said, man, you probably don't even recall a Kids Bop. You know, I remember at some point, you know, pre-TikTok. Damn, TikTok ruined everything. I just want y'all to know that. You know, we would play Kids Bop for the kids.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
And he looked at me, he said, nah, we need Kids Bop back. Because his 5-year-old nephew and 6-year-old little cousin coming to him knowing too many words to the song, and he's overwhelmed at 21.
Oh.
At 21. He's like, where's the separate music at for the kids? Because this is not even our young people who literally grew up in the chaos as they've grown up and out of it. They're realizing that what are we about to do to the next generation? We're gonna do it all over again. This is that our music, what I came up on is not okay. No. That boy was 21 years old. Looked at me dead in my face.
See?
And we didn't know many people. First of all, I'm talking to him about the brat.
Oh Lord.
Who's the brat? And I'm like, how do I even explain to him who the brat is? And I'm at a loss for words. Google.
Yep.
Because but we don't know the same people, you know, we don't know the same artists. We maybe know, two of the same artists of his, day and age, but we didn't know the same people. But ultimately, he had sense. I have sense. We both sensible enough to know that at 5 years old, the kids should not be bleeping out the curse words to the songs.
Oh God, no.
I'm just saying.
No.
And that's what a lot of people do.
They have to. If you listen to the radio, you hear probably 50% of the words because the other 50% is blocked out.
But what happened with the radio to where, like, if the song first releases, then they let the explicit version rock, and then they give it like a week or two, and then they start bleeping out the words after the fact? Like, that's our own, and isn't that our own Black-owned radio stations?
And think about what you just said.
In our area. I don't know about radio stations all over the world because I feel like they're owned by different people. I'm not familiar with how radio life really works. But I thought that our area radio waves, the music that we listen to, was owned by a Black person. Because I thought that her voice comes on the radio and gives us a little PSA every so often. Am I tripping?
Well, you're right that you're wrong. She does own the station, but the people who peddles the music to her don't look like her. Because again,
her hands are tied too.
Exactly. Think about it. Think about the music you listen to.
I knew who I was talking about.
Yes. Yes. I hear it all the time. What's your reality? Yes, I know it.
That's it.
But the thing is, the powers that be forces them to play certain music. Think about it. Think about every hour you hear the same music being rotated. The same music. Every hour. And you keep saying, there's gotta be more music. Now, if you want to search for it, you have to get XM radio or you have to get Apple or something else to listen to different genres of music. But if you don't have the money to have that, you're listening to what they're pushing. So they're pushing certain types of music to you. So when you keep hearing, man, why they always got sent? It's not cussing shit because they want the cussing shit to be sent out there because they want to promote that. That's why you get all these knockoff groups, these knockoff little this and big that and some a little some of a bitch that, and so because they're all interchangeable. It's like the little and stick something behind it, little dirt, little this, little that, because it's all purposeful. Because again, you start listening to music, you see how everybody have that same look. The young girls are dressing provocative. The guys are dressing like they don't give a shit. So the music is being pushed down. We're listening to the music. The parents ain't saying, well, you should be listening to that bullshit. They're like, oh, I like the music. Unlike us, we would say, turn that shit off. Mm-hmm. Now, you listen to it, like, oh, no, you listen to it. Now, you can listen to it. I better not hear that shit, because if I hear it, we're going to have a discussion. And it's going to be one way. Yeah. But most of the parents aren't like us. So they're going to let it flow.
I want to let it fight mine. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay.
But see,
you got something to say? Yeah, what'd you say? What'd you say? Turn that shit. What? Turn it off. Yeah, I bet not be able to hear it. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I'll take the whole damn thing. You won't have nothing.
I'll turn that shit off too.
Yeah. I don't even play with me like that at this point. Not even play with it. Because and then you know what you do next? You turn on that same Lauryn Hill album and you let that play for them. And you let that go on repeat until that.
Yep.
That's how you parent. That's how you parent. Yeah.
That's how you parent. Mm-hmm. And that's the issue. Society will always push not the best shit on you. Why would it? This world, this entire country, this entire world is based on money. Mm-hmm. What drives money is what sells. If shit sells, they're gonna push shit.
Yeah.
If flowers sell, they'll push flowers. Yeah. But right now, shit sells.
Yeah.
Violence sells, sex sells. All that shit sells. So what happens as a parent, you have to be a gatekeeper. Mm-hmm. You have to be the gatekeeper.
You do.
Because society don't give a fuck. People.
Because society is out for the money.
They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, your kid is the bag. Yeah.
The bag. And go ahead. You're right.
No, whatever your kid wants, that's where the bag goes. So all I got to do is appeal to your child. Yeah. Yep. And then that's the money flows in from there.
And they keep flowing. And next thing you know, they get you hooked on the bad music. Mm-hmm. Then they get you hooked on the bad food. Then they get you hooked on bad attitude, bad behavior, bad shit. Because now the parent ain't there really gatekeeping this shit. So now the kid takes all shit.
Again, you didn't put the parent into the workplace. Let's keep it 100 all the way as we go full circle as usual. And I'm too damn tired half the time to even, because I done told you turn that music off and don't let me hear it. Right. And now next time I done heard it, I done probably slept through it because I was too tired. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are tired and exhausted. So to care about what you're putting inside your brain as far as the music that you're listening to, because kids will be young type of lifestyle. Nah, turn that shit off inside this house.
There you go.
Care about what you're putting into your body, because 3/4 of the foods inside grocery stores in our communities is toxic.
Yes.
That one. So to care about all of these things, it does mean you got to go a little bit extra. And it does mean that at the end of that exhausted work day that you do got to still do a little bit more work. Yeah, but it's going to serve you in the end. And those kids grow up fast. 18 years go by fast.
And personally how fast that goes.
Man, I'm sitting there looking like, what? How is this possible?
Mm-hmm.
How I have a rising senior. And it's just like, I just could never even imagine that I could have a kid who's 18 on his way to being 18, and we're not done, but man, it's lightening the load is lightening a lot though.
Yes. So
all that you put into them over those years, you see them come into a person and a character who knows not to only don't play that music inside my house, but you don't go playing that music in front of your girlfriends all hours. Like, girl, that girl don't want to listen to that all damn day long. That what? No.
Exactly.
If you done attracted a woman who wants to listen to that all day, red flag. Red flag.
Yes.
Out. Come on.
Yes.
Come on. You might have to soften her down your darn self or something if you wanted to be a keeper, because that type of energy for a woman, that's not normal.
No.
It's just not. No. It's just not normal.
It really isn't.
You pouring all that extra into your child to make sure that you kept them away from toxic foods, toxic energies, toxic tongues. The product that you're going to see later on. Oh, you're going to sit back and say, oh, I did that? Oh, I did do that. True. I did that real well, too.
See, See, and God damn, you surmised this entire discussion. Parenting is not easy. It's not something that you're gonna get an award for, that somehow somebody's gonna attaboy. No, you signed up for it. You're responsible for it. And as we talked about the different situations today, about different people and different things going on, parenting is a team sport. Parenting is not you versus them, us versus them, her versus you. It's we. Your offense, defense, choose one. You're still on the same team.
Yep.
But you have to make sure that you stay committed to the team. Regardless of, as you two together don't make it, doesn't matter. You still are a team because you have a young person that you're responsible for. Doesn't matter about what y'all didn't do. Y'all got to work together to be successful. And that's how you have a winning team. You can't have a great offense and a bad defense, or a bad offense. You got to have, everybody has to be good.
Yep.
Everybody, not great, but just good. Because good wins you games. And the game ultimately is, this kid has a wonderful life. This kid leaves your house and is able to take care of themselves and make rational decisions. And some kid, young person that you're proud of.
Yeah.
You know,
what ends up happening is the children that you don't set up for success, right? And success means only that your child is able to go out into the adult world and think and live properly, right? Mm-hmm. They don't have to be rich. They should be able to get a job, maintain a job, to not be mentally perplexed all throughout their time, right?
Absolutely.
To know if something comes up, they can handle it. They don't have to put it to rest immediately, but they can work on it. They can work through it. How we started this conversation, I'm not trying to say that girl's parents failed her, but somebody need to work on Carlee as far as how you approach a problem, mm-hmm. and how you can then work through it. Because fraudulent claims, false kidnappings, that's not how you work through or get through anything. That's not how you adulting. I don't want to say that someone failed her, but she certainly failed somebody.
Absolutely.
Because as that child's mother, I'd be. So yes. We got to get back to problem solving. We got to get back to problem, because like what's happening here? Again, we listed all the means of escapism already.
Absolutely. And so, you know, girl, T, as always, you wrap this up in a bowl. And as we always say, our people, do better. Be better. And damn it, with that, we're going to wrap up this episode of On the Mic with the M
and T.
Listen, people, you know what you got to do. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll be back soon. We'll be back next week. Holla at y'all again.
See you next week.
Peace.